Revan had a good sense of time. Living deep in the forest, he had become attuned to the cycles of life. So when a red glow began illuminating the eastern sky, he knew it could not yet be the dawn. The smell of smoke and distant sounds of battle confirmed this as he and his wolf companion rushed towards the unknown danger. Breaking the tree line, Revan recognized the hamlet had lost this battle, and the raid was in the late stages. Most of the buildings were already aflame, with a small number of survivors escaping into the night, while twisted, armored figures stalked the streets, grabbing any unlucky enough to be found. There are other forms moving through the streets as well, slow and bulbous forms, smoothly slithering, a contrast to the fearful stumbling of the remaining people and the manic bursts of energy from the marauders. As Revan approached, notching an arrow into his bow, he saw one of the raiders uncover a young boy hiding in a hay bale and lifted him to press against the tentacled bulb. After a moment and a quiver across the surface of the slithering beast, it engulfs the boy, his body remaining visible through the pale and translucent flesh of the consumer. The boy's body twitches twice before going limp, and the gross pustule begins to move away. With the armored beast between himself and the boy, Revan sends his wolf forward and looses his first arrow. It pierces the beast in the chest, but the creature seems unbothered by this as its head swings towards Revan. The wolf is harder for it to ignore, biting and shaking the legs of the creature as it attempts to move forward towards Revan. Revan tries to keep eyes on the pod with the child inside, ducking through the narrow streets of the burning town. But there are more marauders than he realized, and he is quickly grabbed from behind, his bow clattering to the cobblestones. Despite his struggles, the looming armored creature easily carries the hunter to another nearby tentacled monster and presses Revan's face into it. Revan feels the flesh soften, and with a sudden lurch, he is inside of it. He attempts to grab the knife from his boot, but the blackness quickly overtakes his vision as he feels his captor begin to move towards an unknown destination. If you happen to witness an attack where the collector pods are present, be warned that the danger you face is greater than that of a simple band of bandits or other brutish folk. Collector pods are often crafted by evil wizards and necromancers as a way to capture and store victims for future experiments. They have almost no offensive or defensive capabilities on their own, but if they make contact with a living creature, they will draw it inside their goo-filled bodies, where the alchemical mixture within puts the captured creature into a trance. Those of extremely strong will may be able to stay conscious, or even cut their way out, but it's much easier for an ally on the outside to pop the pod. Another sinister part of their design is when these collector pods take enough damage, they evaporate into mist, leaving no evidence that the attack was anything other than a random pillaging by vicious creatures.